You know, one might say this movie is more than meets the eye.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I'm going to see myself out. I appreciate your time and energy. If you would subscribe, that'd be great. Cool. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, what's going on everybody? It's your boy Will and welcome back to the channel. For today's review video, I'm going to give my thoughts on Transformers 1. This stars the voice talents of Chris Hemsworth, Brian Tyree Henry, Keegan-Michael Key, Scarlett Johansson, Lawrence Fishburne, and John Hamm, all voicing iconic Transformers characters as we take a look at Cybertron well before the war between the Autobots and Decepticons, where we see the origins of both Optimus Prime and Megatron before they became those prolific characters. They were just Orion, Plex, and D. A couple miners and some friends. So let's see what happened. This is, of course, a prequel to the Transformers saga, which at this stage of our Transformers and movies and television, I don't really remember them taking the time to really kind of tell the origin of the Transformers in this sort of depth. Depth in the sense of the movie really focuses on the relationship of Orion, aka Optimus, and D, aka Megatron, before they became those characters. They are friends, they are miners, they're just trying to survive living on Cybertron under the guidance of Sentinel Prime after the Primes have disappeared, and adventure ensues and destinies are forged and found through the field of combat, discovery, revelations, and the whole 9 yards. This is a PG movie. So initially when I first heard of or saw clips from the trailer, I actually didn't watch the trailer for this movie before checking out the movie. The marketing leads you to believe this is very much like a kid-centric movie. There are a lot of jokes, humor that are geared towards a younger audience. There's a bunch of different genres, all using animation as a medium, and this movie does it really well. I like the design of the characters. They're not necessarily fully in their what we would quote unquote call their vehicle forms, just more of a slicker space design to them. I think the voice cast that they got for it worked really well. I was really impressed with Brian Tyree Henry's performance as D, aka Megatron. You really felt for the character, especially as the movie progresses, and we see the character going from a very supportive friend to a bitter rival to a tyrant, basically, by the end of the movie. When it comes to movies that tell origin stories, especially for existing IPs, I'm always very iffy about it, if I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, just throwing it out as an example, not trying to beat a dead horse because it's been a number of years since this movie came out, but something like Solo, a Star Wars story, where you took a character like Han Solo who you didn't need the epic tale of his backstory to know that he's just a regular dude and he's just a smuggler and a nerf herder. Whereas this movie, I think the inclusion of Orion and Dee's relationship before the discovery of what happened to the Primes and Sentinel Prime and the future of Cybertron is at stake, and the matrix of leadership comes into play. You feel their connection, and the movie does a really good job establishing their connection well on early into the movie. They are brothers, and it's like very classic when brothers separate, not necessarily due to one person's machinations over another. Choices were made, sides were chosen, and the rift was formed. It is heartbreaking, and the movie does a really good job showing that, and I was really impressed with that, especially for something that I was not expecting that level of depth when it came to this movie. The movie does a really good job establishing that friendship, that bond, that brotherhood. So when it's lost, for me, it informs a lot of the other movies and series that we don't get that sort of backstory with. We've heard rumors of it. I think the last time I heard a rumor of them being friends or comrades before this was the it was like the Earthrise series or the Spark series or something. It was on Netflix. It was like a whole like 3-parter series. Like that sort of thing alluded to their past friendship. But this movie really puts it at the forefront, and I really enjoyed that. Keegan-Michael Key playing Bumblebee, he is the most comic relief character in the movie, and I think he does a really good job with the character. And then Scarlett Johansson plays Alita 1, who, correct me if I'm wrong, other Transformers people, isn't Alita 1 the ship computer for the Ark? Once you get to actual G1 Transformers, like, correct me if I'm wrong. That was the name that stuck with me, and that was the only time I ever remember hearing the name before. There are a ton of cameos from Autobots and Decepticons that will become those characters in the future. They're all very pre-form, but there's enough detail to the character design that as a longtime Transformers fan, I recognize Jazz and Sideswipe and RC. The action in the movie is really well done. The design of the fight sequences paced very well. There are a lot of jokes in it, but there's enough moments of importance and seriousness that the movie doesn't overshadow with a joke. It actually allows those moments to be those serious moments. I thought it was handled very well. I hope it does well enough to get a sequel. I would like to see these actors portray these characters again. Chris Hemsworth playing Orion, he did his own thing, and it worked for me. I could tell towards the end of it, you can start hearing his take on Peter Cullen's version of Optimus Prime. I do like his interpretation of the character, and especially this interpretation being younger, more brash, more adventurous, and having D, played by Brian Tyrese Henry, playing more of the straight man and trying to keep his craziness under control, but being there for his friend. It just made the eventual rift much more impactful. Overall, I think Transformers 1 is a very well done Transformers movie. I was surprised Michael Bay was a producer, but he didn't direct it. The director's name was Josh Cooley. Hats off to Josh Cooley for giving us a very well done animated Transformers movie. I would love to see a sequel. We'll just have to wait and see how this performs at the theater. And here's hoping, because I think this was a good movie. Let me know any thoughts that you have on Transformers 1 in the comments down below. Thank you so much for checking out this and all my videos. I really do appreciate it. If this happened to have been the first time you checked out one of my review videos, hopefully you enjoyed it, and if you would please subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. Trying to hit 1,000 subscribers this year. I can't get there without you. I would so appreciate your support. You can follow me on a lot of different social media platforms listed at the end of this video. Like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And as always, until next time, I will catch you later. Hey, thanks for watching this video. If you did like this video, why not give me a thumbs up and share it with your friends? You can subscribe to the channel by clicking on my gorgeous little face right over there. You can follow me on all the various social media platforms right below. And last but certainly not least, if you've got a few extra minutes, why not check out one of the lovely videos floating right over here. Later.